Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you try, you always seem to come off as too eager or desperate when approaching women? It's not that you lack charm or good intentions, it's just that certain behaviors unknowingly send the wrong message. And here's the truth: being perceived as desperate is a sure way to lose attraction before it even starts. If you've ever wondered why some men seem to naturally attract women while others struggle, it's not about looks or wealth. It's about how they present themselves. Today, we're going to break down how to attract women without ever appearing desperate. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the subtle yet powerful behaviors that separate confident men from those who chase validation. And trust me, once you grasp these concepts, you'll notice a transformation, not just in how women respond to you, but in how you feel about yourself. So, before we dive in, here's a quick reminder. Stay with me until the end, because the last principle I'll share is the ultimate game changer. It's the one shift that will completely change how you're perceived by women. Also, don't forget to check out my exclusive training. Details are in the description and the pinned comment, but don't click just yet. Watch this video until the end so you can get the full picture first. Now, let's talk about what makes a man attractive and what mistakes you might be making without realizing it. Attraction is never about constantly chasing someone or proving your worth. It's about creating a sense of confidence, independence, and value. Women are naturally drawn to men who have a purpose and a life outside of pursuing them. When your world revolves solely around getting someone's attention, you become predictable and less intriguing. The good news? You can change that starting right now. Stick with me as we dive into some practical steps that will show you how to become the kind of man that women are drawn to without ever appearing desperate. Attraction is a delicate balance, and the key lies in how you present yourself, both in your mindset and actions. Desperation isn't something you necessarily express through words. It's often reflected in your subtle behaviors. To truly attract women without seeming desperate, you need to shift your focus from chasing to being the best version of yourself. The first step is understanding that attraction is never about pleasing someone else or bending over backward to gain approval. Confident men stand firm in their beliefs, priorities, and purpose. They know what they bring to the table and never feel the need to prove it. When you constantly try to impress or seek validation, you inadvertently lower your value in her eyes. Why? Because it communicates that your worth depends on her acceptance. Instead, think of yourself as a man on a mission. A man with purpose radiates a different energy. He's calm, centered, and less reactive. Women find that irresistible. You might think this only applies to high-powered CEOs or entrepreneurs, but that's not true. No matter where you are in life, living with purpose makes you more attractive. Let's dive into the first crucial adjustment you need to make. Stop over-investing. Too early. One of the most common mistakes men make is investing too much in someone they've just met. Whether it's bombarding her with messages, constantly asking her out, or always being available, these behaviors scream desperation. They signal that you don't have other priorities or a full life outside of her. Remember, availability is good, but over-availability kills attraction. Think about it. Mystery and curiosity are essential components of attraction. When you're too available, you leave no room for her to wonder or miss you. A little space builds anticipation. Give her time to think about you rather than constantly reminding her of your presence. The next adjustment is understanding the power of saying no. Men who can confidently say no when something doesn't align with their values or priorities stand out. Most guys are so afraid of losing an opportunity with a woman that they'll agree to anything just to keep her around. But saying no isn't about being difficult. It's about showing that you have standards and that you value yourself. For Example, if she cancels plans at the last minute and expects you to be available on her terms, don't always accommodate. Be polite but firm. A man with self-respect isn't afraid to say, let's reschedule for another time when it works for both of us. This simple act demonstrates that you respect your own time and won't allow anyone to waste it. Now, let's talk about the importance of building an interesting life. Confidence isn't something you fake. It's something you develop by living an engaging, fulfilling life. The more you invest in yourself, the less desperate you'll feel in any interaction. When your life is full, whether it's with your career, hobbies, fitness, or friendships, you won't have time to obsess over someone else's attention. Women will naturally be drawn to your energy because you exude independence and self-sufficiency. Think of your life as a movie where you're the main character. Is your story exciting? Are you working on personal growth, traveling, learning new skills, or pursuing goals that light you up? If not, it's time to focus on these areas before prioritizing relationships. When you bring richness and depth to your own life, you'll attract people who match that energy. Another essential component is emotional control and patience. Desperate men often act out of emotion, reacting impulsively to situations. If she takes hours to respond to a text, don't panic or overanalyze. Acting needy or sending multiple follow-up messages only worsens the situation. Patience and emotional stability set you apart. Learn to manage your emotions and trust the process. And here's an important mindset shift. Stop thinking of rejection as failure. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It's just part of the game. Every man, no matter how confident or successful, experiences it. The difference between men who grow stronger and those who shrink back is how they handle it. Stoic philosophy teaches us to control how we respond to external events. You can't control how others feel about you, but you can control how you respond to those feelings. If she's not interested, respect her choice and move on. Every rejection is a lesson, and every lesson brings you closer to becoming the man you're meant to be. Also, remember the importance of authenticity. Many men make the mistake of pretending to be someone they're not in an attempt to impress a woman. Whether it's exaggerating their accomplishments, faking interests, or hiding vulnerabilities, this tactic always backfires. Women appreciate men who are genuine and real. Authenticity builds trust and connection far more effectively than trying to be perfect. Authenticity, respect, and setting boundaries, core foundations of attraction. One of the most overlooked aspects of attraction is the ability to set boundaries. Men who constantly compromise their needs and desires to accommodate someone else ultimately lose their identity in the process. Women might appreciate your efforts at first, but over time, they will sense your lack of self-respect. Setting boundaries isn't about being harsh or controlling. It's about knowing your worth. Imagine this. If you're always the one adjusting your schedule to fit hers, agreeing to plans that disrupt your priorities, or tolerating disrespect, what message are you sending? You're telling her that your time and values are less important. Remember, respect starts with how you treat yourself. Women are naturally drawn to men who stand firm in their beliefs and protect their time and energy. So the next time you feel tempted to give in just to please someone, pause and ask yourself, am I being true to my values, or am I acting out of fear of rejection? Let's take this further and talk about avoiding emotional dependency. One of the biggest mistakes men make is relying on women for their happiness and self-worth. When your sense of fulfillment depends on someone else's validation, you become vulnerable to emotional highs and lows that are completely out of your control. This emotional dependency not only makes you appear weak, but also places an unfair burden on the relationship. Instead of seeking external validation, focus on building inner strength. Practice gratitude, invest in personal development, and learn to enjoy your own company. When you're emotionally self-sufficient, you approach relationships from a place of abundance, not neediness. This shift in mindset will make you more attractive and resilient. Be a leader in your own life. Women are naturally drawn to men who exhibit leadership qualities, not because they want to be led, but because leadership reflects confidence, decisiveness, and direction. Being a leader in your own life doesn't mean controlling others. It means taking charge of your goals, staying committed to your values, and making decisions with clarity and purpose. Think about it. Would you follow someone who constantly second-guesses himself, changes direction based on other people's opinions, or hesitates in the face of challenges? Of course not. Leadership starts with leading yourself first. When you demonstrate self-leadership, women will naturally respect and admire you. Here's an important concept: detachment from outcomes. Desperate men often cling to a particular outcome, getting a second date, receiving a message back, or securing someone's attention at all costs. This mindset not only creates unnecessary stress, but also makes you seem overly invested in things beyond your control. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus only on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and responses. Everything else is external and therefore not worth obsessing over. When you detach from outcomes and focus on the experience itself, you'll find that interactions become lighter, more enjoyable, and far less stressful. Now, let's discuss a subtle but powerful mistake that desperate men make: talking too much about their achievements. It's natural to want to impress someone you like, but constantly bringing up your accomplishments can come across as bragging. Instead of building attraction, it creates a sense of competition or even arrogance. A confident man doesn't feel the need to list his achievements because he knows his actions speak louder than words. Keep your conversations balanced. Be curious about her experiences, passions, and thoughts. Genuine interest is far more attractive than any impressive story you could tell. Remember, connection is built through shared experiences and mutual curiosity, not one-sided storytelling. The power of non-reactivity. One of the most valuable skills you can develop is non-reactivity. When you stay calm and collected in emotionally charged situations, you project strength and control. Women will often test men to see how they handle pressure, whether it's through playful teasing or more serious challenges. If you respond with insecurity or frustration, you fail the test. But if you stay composed and even inject some humor into the situation, you pass with flying colors. This is where the philosophy of Stoicism becomes invaluable. The ability to remain calm and grounded, no matter what's happening around you, is a trait that instantly sets you apart. Lastly, let's touch on the importance of living with purpose and passion. Desperate men often lack a clear sense of direction. They drift through life, hoping that a relationship will give them meaning. But the truth is, purpose comes from within, not from external relationships or validation. Take some time to reflect on what drives you. What are your long-term goals? What excites you? When you live with purpose, everything else falls into place. Women are naturally drawn to men who have a mission because it signals ambition, drive, and a deep sense of self-worth. Now that we've walked through these powerful lessons, it's time to reflect on what this all means for you. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You've already taken the first step toward becoming a stronger, more self-aware man. But here's the truth. Knowledge alone won't change your life. Action will. Every behavior we've discussed, from setting boundaries to living with purpose, holds the key to transforming how you carry yourself and how others perceive you. If you've ever wondered why some men naturally command respect and admiration, it's because they've mastered these principles. They don't live in reaction to the world around them. They live with intention and purpose. let's revisit one of the most critical concepts we discussed: detachment from outcomes. This idea alone can revolutionize your relationships. Imagine no longer being consumed by whether someone texts you back or whether you get a second date. Imagine focusing on enjoying the moment and staying true to yourself without chasing external validation. This mindset will not only bring you peace of mind, but also make you magnetic in ways you never thought possible. But what's next? How do you apply this knowledge in your everyday life? The answer lies in small, consistent actions. Start by identifying just one behavior you want to change. Maybe it's learning to say no without guilt. Maybe it's taking control of your emotions instead of letting them control you. Whatever it is, make that your focus for the next week. One of the most important takeaways from this video is authenticity. Men who live authentically, who speak their truth, follow their values, and don't compromise their identity for anyone, are the ones who thrive in every area of life. Women, colleagues, and friends will naturally be drawn to your energy because it's rare. Authenticity is the foundation of true confidence, and let's not forget about non-reactivity. As we mentioned earlier, women will test you, consciously or unconsciously, to see how secure you are in yourself. Staying calm under pressure isn't just an attractive quality. It's a sign of deep inner strength. When you can laugh off a challenge or respond with grace, you demonstrate that you're a man who's in control. If you've struggled with any of the behaviors we've discussed, don't worry. Change is possible, and it starts now. The fact that you're here watching this video means you're already ahead of the game. You're seeking growth, and that puts you miles ahead of those who remain stuck in old patterns. Now, here's an important message for you. Your journey doesn't end here. In fact, this is just the beginning. There's so much more to learn about personal growth, relationships, and mastering the Stoic mindset. And that's exactly why I've created a powerful training program designed to help you dive even deeper into these principles. It's packed with actionable strategies and insights that will transform the way you live and interact with the world. But here's the thing. I don't want you to click on that link right now. No, I want you to finish this journey first. Absorb everything we've talked about, and when you're ready, really ready, check the link in the description or in the pinned comment below. This isn't for everyone. It's for men who are serious about taking their lives to the next level. And before you go, let me ask you something. What's one behavior you're going to change starting today? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear from you. Your comment could inspire another man watching this to take action. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit the like button if this video brought you value. It's a small gesture that helps this content reach more men who need it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on future videos that will keep you growing and evolving. Lastly, share this video with a friend who needs to hear this message. You could be the reason they start their own journey of transformation. Remember, the journey to becoming a man of high value is never easy, but it's always worth it. Keep pushing forward, stay true to your values, and never stop growing. The Ichi, best version of yourself, is waiting on the other side of your effort and dedication. Thank you for being here. Thank you for investing in your growth, and thank you for taking this journey with me. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay strong, stay grounded, and keep evolving.